Hello everyone, today I'm going to talk about how to grow succulents from cuttings, but before I start, don't forget to subscribe if you haven't yet. I appreciate it if you do so. Now back to our topic, how do you grow succulents from cuttings? First, you have to let the cuttings air dry by leaving them alone for a few days to callus. Fresh cuttings are susceptible to rot. You can also use cinnamon powder or honey as a natural hormone to help succulent cuttings grow roots and also to prevent fungal or bacterial issues. You know that it's ready to be planted when the cut is dry or it has calloused, just like this. Next, prepare a fast, well-draining soil mix like a cactus and succulent soil mix or half perlite and half potting soil. I'm using 1 part potting soil, 1 part coco peat, and 2 parts perlite. Lightly moisten your soil mix. Mix it well. Then fill any container with a drainage hole. Now it's time to plant your cuttings. Just make sure that the stems are properly anchored in the soil by pressing the soil lightly. Keep your newly potted cuttings in a shaded spot and refrain from watering them for a few days, especially if your soil is already damp or wet. You can water the cuttings within a couple of days of planting them. Just keep in mind to only keep the soil damp but not soggy. Just mist the cuttings. Until the roots come out, then you can water them thoroughly. That's when rot usually happens, watering right after planting. Then slowly introduce your cuttings with some more water and bright indirect light. The cuttings need protection from extreme temperatures, so don't put them under direct sunlight. Also, choose a spot with good airflow to prevent pests and diseases. So, how do you know if your cuttings have rooted? A gentle pull will tell you if a cutting has established roots. This usually takes 2 to 4 weeks. I've actually planted these cuttings about 3 weeks ago. So, if there's any resistance, roots have begun to grow. So, let me try. Yep. There's a lot of resistance. Even the smallest one. Let's see. Yes. Yeah, I'm trying to tug them. Like, there's a lot of resistance on this one. This must have a lot of roots right now. So all my cuttings have rooted. So happy. So when your cuttings have rooted, you can then transition to your normal succulent watering schedule by drenching the plants until the soil is completely wet. Do this especially when the soil is completely dry. I actually watered my cuttings a couple of days ago, so the soil is still wet. And I do this like once a week after I've noticed that they have rooted. You can then repot your plants to individual pots and gradually move the pot to a brighter spot. Alright, look at those roots. After 3 weeks, lots of roots on this one. And it's ready to be moved, to be repotted to its own pot. I'm gonna be repotting maybe, actually I'm gonna be repotting all of them today. Alright, all my cuttings are potted up. They're in their individual pots finally. So I'm gonna be putting them under a shaded area, but bright light, not direct sunlight though. And I watered them a little bit since they have been rooted, so I just watered them, even though I watered them like I think 2 to 3 days ago. But since I just repotted them, they needed some help, so I just watered them a little bit. They're not soaking wet, they're just damp. The soil is just damp. Okay, and that's how you grow succulents from cuttings. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do so, and I appreciate it if you do. And that's it for today. Keep safe everyone. Bye. Maraming salamat.